Good evening and welcome to Clinton Prairie High School tonight, where fall has officially made its presence known. It was high 70s, low 80s across Indiana yesterday. It is a cool, breezy 51 degrees at kickoff here tonight in week number 8. It's the number 3 Carroll Cougars versus the number 12 Clinton Prairie Gophers on the IHSAA Sports Network. And tonight, our broadcast is brought to us by the Frankfort Eagles, post number 976. They are people helping people. By Day and Ginda Funeral Home, proud supporters of high school athletics in both Clinton and Carroll County. By Healthy Communities of Clinton County, making the healthy choice the easy choice. And by Mulberry Telecommunications, Mintel Fiber Services offer the best gig in town. As they do the national anthem at the stadium, we'll bring you in to our studio here in Mulberry, where we now do the game remotely. That's one of the pros that came out of COVID. Pete is, we've been able to do that. Sean Walker, Pete Gas Show for you here on the IHSAA Sports Network. And tonight's matchup is a fantastic one here in the Hoosier Heartland Conference. You've got two teams that are ranked in Class 1A. And you've got the Carroll Cougars sitting at number 3. You've got the Clinton Prairie Gophers sitting at number 12. And tonight's matchup, as we look here on our screen for our first look at the game tonight, 5-0 in the Hoosier Heartland Conference, 3-2 in fourth place. Offense and defensive average. Look at Carroll's numbers, Pete. Those are fantastic.
Yeah, those are just awesome numbers. Absolutely.
53.6 points per game. That defense only allowing 2.9. That's less than a field goal.
That's crazy. Yeah, it's absolutely crazy on how good this team has been over the last 7 games.
Over on the other side for the Gophers, they're averaging 42 points per game, 20 points per allowed on defense. Both teams coming in after victories last week. Carroll defeated Clinton Central. Clinton Prairie defeated Taylor. You see back-to-back sectional championships, looking for the three-peat this year for Carroll and head coach Blake Betzner. On the other side, the Gophers want to avenge last year's loss. They got beat pretty handedly 42-6 at Carroll last year. They're back on their home turf this season, Pete. And, you know, what's it going to take for this team to compete here tonight against this very tough Carroll squad?
Well, if you have to pick one thing that sticks out for the Gophers, it's good to have the home field advantage, right?
Yep.
So you got your home field, you got your crowd behind you. But, man, they got a two-headed monster, a beast that they got to face here. The defense, again, you said it, they've only allowed 20 points in the last 7 games. That's you average it out 2.9. I mean, that's less than a field goal, like you said. That's insane. But then when they get on the offense side, man, they are putting up some big numbers, averaging almost 54 points a game. I mean, they can get it done. So the Gophers really got a big one here tonight, and we'll just see if they're up to the task here. As we see, boom, right now I like the fact that both these teams are coming off a big win, right?
Yeah.
So this is big. I think they're both fired up.
Carroll elected to take the ball first. Let's look at their starting lineup for their offense here before play number 1. At offense, it's Luke Tanner and Keegan Ellis. Those are the two players that we highlight because they're having fantastic seasons. I mean, really the whole team is. But that line anchored by Watkins, Wiles, Trent, Pagan, and McMains. We get our first play from scrimmage here. Carroll in the white uniforms, Clinton Prairie donning the home black. It's handoff to Griffin Viney. He finds the edge. And, man, do we have a bright sun looking straight into our camera lens tonight.
Viney's been running the ball pretty good this year. Got 9 TDs. And, he's averaged around almost close to 50 yards a game. So he's getting the ball quite a bit. Gophers, again, are going to have to really be, contained, on their defense. Watch the gaps. Watch for that speed from these guys. They like to run the ball.
The Cougars perfect on the season so far. This run up the middle goes from nowhere as it stopped. And that's one thing that Clinton Prairie definitely has going for them too, is that defensive interior of the Gophers led by Osler and Rapp. And they're down Braxton Nail tonight, but, man, that's a tough front line. And even Keaton Williams, that's a big boy that subs in from time to time.
Yeah, you got
for the Gophers.
Couple seniors there, Osler, Ramsey, left tackle and left guard. They're getting the job done for the Gophers.
Handoff here, yeah, big run across the midfield down into Gopher territory, across the 45, a nice run. And that was Ellis, and you see why he's been so dominant this season.
Man, he just lowered his head and just laid the whoop on him.
Keegan Ellis is actually one of our players to watch tonight. Brought to us by our South Fork restaurant. Look who's cooking on Friday night. Let South Fork do the cooking for you. I'll tell you who's cooking for Carroll football, and that has been Keegan Ellis. His numbers on the season, 917 yards on the ground. Needs 80 to reach that 1,000-yard plateau for the season, and the Gopher defense right there stands him up.
Yeah, that was a nice step there by the Gophers there. Only allowed a yard on that play.
Levi Osler on that interior for the Gophers comes in and helps make the stop. Interesting to see how the Gophers manage without Braxton Nail tonight. They hope to get him back next week in week number 9, but he has been one of their top defensive playmakers all season long. Between him and number 44, Hunter Haynes.
Oh, nice job of stringing that one out by the defense.
Emery Deaton that time. Number 1 for the Cougars. Gets stopped by Caden Davis. Caden Davis is our player to watch for Clinton Prairie tonight. More for what he kind of gives them offensively in the passing game, but you can see defensively he's ready to make a mark tonight this evening as well.
He's one of those other players that can do it on both sides, and Clinton Prairie needs him to stay out there and stay fresh.
A big third down call here. Let's see what the Cougars dial up on 3rd and 10. Drop back, get a couple of receivers to choose from. Goes over the middle, a fingertip grab. Fantastic play and more. Not just the first down, but down inside the 10-yard line. Tackled at the 5. What a fantastic catch by Trent Metzger.
That was an excellent play there. A lot of time for the quarterback to sit back in that pocket. Allowed his receiver to get wide open. And watch this catch, right? He just reaches up and snags it right out of the air like a receiver should do. And then he gets the extra yards there at the end. That was a beautiful play by the Carroll Cougars.
So first snap now inside the 10-yard line of the Gophers. Carroll hands off. They go to Ellis. Met by a team, but he still falls forward, and that's what you always want to see with your running backs, Pete, is they keep the legs churning and always get positive yardage.
They got a couple there. Brings up 2nd and goal. Gophers going to have to tighten up right here. This is big. This is where you think they're probably going to. They don't pass it too much down here, so you know one of 2 guys is going to get that ball.
Carroll elected to put their offense on the field first this evening, and they're trying to get into the end zone. And we'll see if they did here as Viney was fighting for the yardage, and he gets in. Griffin Viney. Touchdown. Carroll Cougars are on the board.
Viney right behind number 8, Ellis. Watch this again. Ellis leads the way. Viney right behind him, clears the path, and he keeps those legs turning just like you said, Sean. Fall forward, touchdown, Carroll Cougars.
So now they'll elect to go for the extra point here. Their kickers, Eli Falkenberg, 6'4", 185-pound junior. That name sounds familiar because we covered him last year and even in basketball season. Kick is up and good, and Carroll out to a 7-0 lead here at Clinton Prairie High School.
That's a pretty good run there by the Cougars. Nice flow to that offense that time. Big pass play.
Let's take a look at our Clinton Prairie offensive starters for tonight's contest. Our starting lineups tonight brought to us by Ardente Dental, where healthy smiles start here. Be in the backfield, maybe a change-up at quarterback. Coach had Kai Jacobs listed there. He did not tell me that Stephen Mackey was out, but Mackey's been the starter most of this season, at least when we were covering the Gophers earlier in the year. But highlighted there, Seth Whitlock and Caden Davis, 2 guys that have to have big offensive nights for the Gophers. I want to thank Ardente Dental for their sponsorship of our starting lineups all season long here on the ISC Sports Network. Falkenberg, after that extra point now, will get the kickoff duties.
Hey, we got the sun setting down here. We were looking right into that thing, right on camera. It's starting to go down really quick. Got a little bit of wind out there tonight. Since it does feels like football weather now, doesn't it?
I was waiting for it to come. I enjoy fall weather, long sleeves, pulling out the
Absolutely. Got the hoodies.
the big guy garb's what I call it.
Oh, nice direct kick.
That's taken by Mackey. Mackey's going to get chopped down right around the 35-yard line. And that is where this drive will start for the Gophers. So we'll see who comes out here at quarterback for the Gophers, if it's really Jacobs or if it's Mackey.
Well, I see number 9 back there.
And it looks like it is Jacobs in the backfield. So when we covered the Gophers earlier in the season, now it's been a few weeks since we've seen them on our airwaves, it was Mackey behind center. It is now Kai Jacobs, but we saw Kai Jacobs have some big nights in the passing game as a receiver for the Gophers. Now the sophomore is at quarterback, and he's slinging one out here to Caden Davis.
Great first play. That was really quick hands of Jacobs. Not even a 2-second drop right there, and he's got that ball out of his hands and downfield. I think that's what they got to do. This Carroll Cougars team's going to come after him.
Maybe knowing that this Cougar defense has not allowed a lot of rushing yardage this season, the Gophers saying, you know what, we've got some weapons out as wideouts.
I think
maybe
they
Kai
do.
Jacobs is
Yeah,
a better
absolutely.
pocket passer,
Yep.
and then maybe that's why they changed tonight. We'll have to see.
You got the height of number 11, Caden Davis there. I like the Gophers. Don't get too much of in a hurry right here.
2nd down and 2. Now they hand off. Whitlock stuffed by that interior line. It looks like he may lose a couple of yards here. And those are some big bodies inside for both of these teams, but Carroll's defensive line, they have been stout all season long.
Yeah, it was the linebacker, number 13, Mullins. He just comes flying through there, gets all the way in the backfield. Nowhere for the running back to go. That offensive line is really going to have to tighten up. We're going to have to try to create some gaps here if they're going to try to run the ball.
3rd down and 4. They try to hand off again. They do.
Good run that time.
Whitlock got ahead of steam and looks like he'll have the down and distance here. 1st down for Clinton Prairie. They'll move the chains.
Nice job by Clinton Prairie. And I'll tell you what, the Cougars don't allow too many first downs.
We'll get to our officiating crew momentarily here tonight's broadcast. They pitch out this time. Whitlock falls forward for maybe 1. Nice job by those interior defensive linemen again, coming out and helping those linebackers and DBs make the stop after 1.
Yeah, nowhere to go. They strung that one out. And like I said, these running backs are going to have to get downhill quick, and they're going to have to just lower that head and take as much yardage as they can. Long second.
That
and
1st
9.
down run a moment ago from Seth Whitlock, only the 25th first down allowed by Carroll's defense rushing all season long. Jacobs
Oh, no.
threw that one over the middle.
Boy, and you can see that one. Number 13, again, Mullins. He was in the backfield. Now he's in the back there trying to get a sack. Now he's in the interception. He's all over the place. Check this one out again. Jacobs sees his man, but Mullins just kind of treks back that way and reads the eyes, takes that one down. Gophers got to come up with a stop here, Sean.
This is what Carroll's been able to do their opponents all season long, is come out fast, come out furious. They have had a running clock in every single game they have played this season. That new rule that was instituted last year, once a team is up 35 after halftime, the clock will run. The only time it stops is for injuries, timeouts, obviously.
This will help the Gophers a little bit.
Yeah, false start on the play will back the Cougars up 5. Now that the officiating crew gets the first flag of the night, let's take a look at our crew. Our officials tonight brought to us by Aaron's Flooring, luxury vinyl plank, carpet installation, and more. Visit aaronsflooringllc.com for more information or call 601-4145. It's Michael Atkins, Lambert Barnes, LB Barnes, Tim Moore, and Matt Popple. They'll be the gentlemen taking care of the laundry on the field this evening. Gophers do a good job here on second down. As Carroll's able to gain about 3. I guess that was still first down after the penalty, so this will bring up second down.
Yeah, now 2nd and 12.
These are two teams that have definitely played each other quite a bit over the years. We're able to go back pretty far historically, and places like John Harrell back to 1994. Historically versus Clinton Prairie, Carroll is 20-14. And in those 34 games, they've shut out the Gophers 4 times. The Gophers have shut out Carroll once. They did it in a tournament game. They put up 50.
Wow. Well, just watching number 8 run. He doesn't seem like he's the fastest guy, but, man, he is powerful. Look how fast he gets downfield and just lowers that shoulder. Picking up positive yardage every time. He's an impressive runner.
Good pad level for a guy his size.
Yeah.
And that's tough to bring down. You got a Mike Allstott type of guy running at you.
Oh,
I know that's a name that you
remember
fondly from the days of the Purdue Boilermakers.
Well, I tell you what, he came back to Purdue this year, and he was out there. Other than a little gray hair on him, man, he still looked like he could play some pro football.
His body may say otherwise.
Yeah, he's still built, but yeah.
They hand off to Viney here.
Oh, that's a fumble.
Ball's out loose, and we'll see who falls on it. It looked like Viney was able to get back on it here. And he did. Boy, quick heads-up play. First defensively to punch that out, and then from Viney to realize I lost it, I got to go find it. Secure the beans.
Yeah. That one had to get popped out. Either a helmet or an arm went through that thing. It had rained earlier today, so it could be a little slick.
Here's another look
at it.
Take
a look here as he comes around, and boom. That was really quick effort there by Viney to get back on that and secure that football.
Back to live action here. It was a pass downfield, trying to take a shot towards the end zone. The fall's incomplete.
Yeah, I like that try. Try to take the Gophers off guard there. They don't throw the ball too much, but every once in a while you gotta try that.
Going back to that replay, it looked like it was 34 Jacob Wilson that got the punch out.
Big third down for the Gophers.
Drops back, looks, was able to come up with it on third down on their first drive, and then this pass here off the mark from Luke Tanner. But you got to think with having the ball on this side of the field, if they don't elect to go for it, or do you punt them deep, try to put them deep?
I tell you what, like if it wasn't as deep as what it was, I think they can punt it here and get it set up, but
that's what Carroll's going to elect to do. They will punt on this play and try to pin the Gophers deep.
I think it's a good move.
Rely on that defense.
10 more yards, I think they go for it. Or if it wasn't if it wasn't 4th and 15. That's a good kick from right there. I like that. It's a great move. Pin them deep.
Great kick. Gophers will take over at the 8-yard line.
They have Miller listed as the punter for Cougars. Did a good job there.
He probably hasn't gotten a lot of work this season, I would think.
I don't think he's – if you look at this, there's statistics on that. He hasn't done much work.
It was like Pat McAfee. We had one of the best punters in the world for the Colts a few years ago, and he didn't have to punt much when Peyton Manning was around.
That's great. All right, let's see if Kyle Jacobs can shake off that interception and get the Gophers rolling again, because they were moving the ball pretty decent.
The handoff up the middle that time. Whitlock Falls forward for a positive gain, gets it out across the 10.
We saw Seth Whitlock earlier in the year, too. He has not slowed down one bit. Still looks really good.
Kai Jacobs' father was an athlete back in the day at Frankfurt. Was a wrestler, played football as well. Got a gang of tacklers coming up here to help make the stop. But you got to love the way Whitlock keeps the legs churning.
I think he's got some strong legs because they just swarm to the ball. This looks like a team that likes to play defense. You know, they want to get out there. They want to get after people.
It was 2 seasons ago the Gophers got the better of Carroll during the regular season. That was a 14-12 affair. But just a few weeks later in that sectional championship, we had that one on IHSAA. Carroll avenged that loss and took home the sectional title. Now we're going to have to take a timeout here as the play clock was down to 1. So the Gophers will talk this one over. This will allow us an opportunity to thank our sponsors here tonight. The Frankfurt Eagles, post number 976, serving the community since 1905 with over 900 members locally. The Frankfurt Eagles offer something for everyone. For more information on who they are and what they do, visit FOE.com or stop by the Frankfurt Eagles at 408 North Main Street in Frankfurt. And while we're here, let's talk about Day and Ginda Funeral Home, where they believe in putting family first. As active members of the community, they know that when dealing with a loss, seeing a familiar face and being treated like family is important. Day and Ginda Funeral Home will serve your family in a unique and loving way and be the family you need. For more information about the services Day and Ginda Funeral Homes offer, please visit dayandginda.com. While we're here, let's take a look at our player to watch tonight here for Clinton Prairie. It was Caden Davis was our selection, brought to us by the South Fork Restaurant. Look who's cooking tonight for the Gophers. We saw Caden Davis have a nice reception on that first play from scrimmage. We've also seen him make a nice tackle on defense. So keep an eye on Caden Davis tonight.
Big third down.
Jacobs back to pass. He's got to just put it up in the air. And trying his best to get there was Braden Jarbo. But Jacobs had no time. They brought the heat, Pete.
Jarbo had a little bit more time there. Jacobs got a little bit in the backfield. Then perhaps they were able to get that one going. But, man, he had to release that fast. Not a lot of time for those type of plays to develop when the team's got their ears pinned back and coming at you.
And now our player to watch for Clinton Prairie tonight will be punting from the shadows of his own goalpost. So always a scary situation here. Want to make sure you get a good snap. Everybody handles their blocking assignments. Davis is able to get this one off.
That's a good punt.
Looks like it went out of bounds right around the 50-yard line.
Yeah,
so
boy.
We'll see where they officially spot this one.
They could get that one and land in bounds. That probably would have taken a nice hit and pinned them back a little bit.
And that is a lot further back than I thought it was.
That looks like it should be about 3 or 4 yards up the other way to me, but, you know, home field, I guess. I'm not sure. I'm not down there. I'm watching it from the camera angle like you are.
It's not where it lands. It's where it goes out of bounds, where it
crosses. So that's probably
over.
deceiving. There you go. Yep.
But that sure looked like it was a lot closer to midfield.
The Gopher fans didn't mind it, did they?
They'll take it. Carroll Cougars, third drive of the game. Scored a touchdown on their first. Were forced to punt on the second. They come back to Keegan Ellis. 6'4", 215-pound senior.
He's got some – look at the legs and the calves on him too, man. He just built.
Again, Keegan was our player to watch tonight for the Carroll Cougars, and we talked a little bit about his stats, but they're just ridiculous. I mean, overall, when you look at Keegan Ellis's numbers in the backfield this year, 93 carries, 920 yards, 20 touchdowns. He has a long of 74 yards. The quick handoff up the middle to him again. He pushes. They got the first down.
Boy, right up the gut. Good blocking up front for him. able to move those chains.
Chain gang will move. Clock stops momentarily while they get reset. This first quarter is wound down pretty quickly. You got two teams that like to run the football.
I think they'll just run it out.
And Carroll will. They will take a 7-0 lead into the second quarter. We'll step aside as well when we come back. More football headed your way on the ISC Sports Network.
Meet Henry. Henry is hip. Henry loves the new Mintel TV streaming app. And check out Helen. With features like Cloud DVR, Restart, and Look Back TV, Helen never misses her favorite shows. And this? Well, this is Bob. Bob can't contain his excitement for the new Mintel TV streaming app. Bob is proving that you actually can teach an old dog new tricks. What do you say, Bob? Does the Mintel TV app get a thumbs up? All right, Bobby-o. Mintel TV, the next generation of awesome. Upgrade today.
Frankfurt Eagles 976 has bingo every Wednesday night. Early birds beginning at 6 p.m. and regular bingo starting at 7 p.m. Packets are $25 and includes every game you need to play. They also have Saturday bingo the first Saturday of every month, with early birds starting at 4 p.m. and regular bingo starting at 5 p.m. Big game payouts each game with 3 to 4 chances to win different jackpot games each day. Great for individuals or groups because everyone enjoys winning lots of money. You must be 18 years or older to play.
Welcome back. Start of the second quarter here from Clinton Prairie High School. 7-0 early lead here for the Carroll Cougars. Pete, you and I were talking at the break. Even though you're down 7-0, Clinton Prairie really has to feel pretty good that it's not a bigger margin right now, and their defense is playing pretty stout.
Yeah, that was a good job, right? And you saw right there, number 76 busting through the line and getting a, tackle for a loss that time. That's about a 4-yard loss, 5-yard loss.
That's Liam Hughes.
But, yeah, I think, when you got a team that's been as dominant as they've been on offense and defense both, and you go in that first quarter – and it's 7-0. That's, to me, I think you take that as a victory. Now let's go out in the second, work even harder and try to get some points on the board.
We talked historically earlier. Carroll leads the overall series since 94. That one might have skipped. We'll see if they give him the catch. Nope, incomplete pass. 20-14 since 94. Over those 34 games, the scoring average was 29.5 points for Carroll. 19.8 points for the Gophers, so a win margin of almost 10 points per game for Carroll. But the last 10 meetings, it's 5-5. It's been even across the board, but the offensive and defensive differential swings in the favor of the Gophers, where they have won by 2 points per game. Just a little statistical analytics for you on the history. They fake the pitch.
Looking deep.
Drops back. Got a man. Hitting right in the hands. It's Metzger again. He had the fingertip catch.
Wow.
On the first drive, he gets past his defender, and the touchdown here for the Carroll Cougars. What a play.
The coach has seen something there, and they set that one. That was beautiful. Again, we don't see too much of this passing game with these Carroll Cougars. They're usually running the ball, but they must like the matchups that they have with their receivers and their backs.
Extra point by Falkenberg is added, and it is good. 14-0 now.
Yeah, we were talking about how Gophers felt, happy to be in the spot they were in. That was a quick score. You see how fast Carroll can go up. Once again, look at this ball. What a well-thrown ball. 2 defenders. And look at the burst of speed.
Yeah, when you're getting over the top on Caden Davis and Braden Jarbo, you're moving pretty quick because those gentlemen are fast. But a heads-up play. 2 receptions for Trent Metzger tonight. One of them, that touchdown you just saw a minute ago. So Viney got the first touchdown for Carroll. Metzger adds the second here, and it is 14-0.
And boy, that was quick. I don't know if Gophers got their defense got sucked up, and we're trying to move up to watch that run. But man, the linebackers definitely playing up close.
Would
let that receiver get behind him. And
to your point, though, what a benefit to have a runner like Ellis.
Yeah.
Where you can feed him, and then you fake it and turn around, and it's that play action pass
get
all
that,
day
yeah,
long.
That play action, that did it.
Falkenberg will kick this one deep over the head of the Gophers, and it's actually going to die inside the 5, so he's got to pick it up.
Oh!
Whitlock popped at about the 11.
Woo!
Big hit.
Some boys hitting out there.
Looked like Coy Lytle, 27 in coverage there for Carroll. Comes up and lays the wood.
Coy Lytle, he's the kick returner for the Carroll Cougars, so he knows what's going on back there.
Now the Gophers take over on this possession, held scoreless so far. They were able in that first drive to move the football a little bit, Pete, but it's been stagnant since.
See if they can find some offense here.
They stay with the sophomore and Kai Jacobs at quarterback. Here comes
that
the
was
sack and
ugly.
drag down, and forward progress will take him back to around the 2.5-yard line. But they are dialing up some pressure, and they're getting there.
Number 8 was in there. I didn't see who the other one coming through. Take a look again. Look right up the middle. Was that 72? Well, they were talking about 72.
Yeah, 72.
Was it Watkins?
22, maybe. It's tough to tell the
Okay.
jersey.
My
Maybe
bad.
Clayton Johnston.
I apologize.
They're both built the same.
They were moving. Yeah. I think either one of them will take the result right now.
If you're the Gophers now, you've got to protect better here. Jacobs going to roll the pocket and pitch out. Whitlock forward for a positive gain on this play.
Not a bad play right there. Get the ball on the outside. Let Whitlock do what he can do to get him some positive yards. Get out of the shadow of that end zone. Give yourself some breathing room. Now you got long 3rd and 15.
These Gophers started off the season. They won their first 4 straight. Then they dropped 2 in a row at Sheridan, who's got a great ball club again this year under all-time winning coach Bud Wright.
Man.
In his 53rd season at the helm. They dropped a tough one home versus Delphi.
Nice catch. That was huge. Look who that is.
There's Caden Davis on the outside for the Gophers. When they protect and they're able to sling it out there, it looks pretty good. Jacobs,
They
letting it
played.
fly.
Yeah, they played off of him. They fell back in pass coverage, and they just let the Gophers just go over the top of them. Caden Davis got nice hands. Snagged that one. Is able to get a few yards afterwards. Puts them in a good position here. 1st and 10 now. See if they can work. Another quick one.
Davis that time heard the feet. 3 defenders in the area.
That's a pretty good hit. You're up in the air like that, and they got him. They tagged him pretty good.
It's always the fear you have when you have a younger quarterback back there, and especially at this level of high school, is trying to put that out there where your receiver can get it. But that one was a little high. Davis tried to bail his quarterback out and go get it. But, man, you could see the defenders closing quickly
I don't know
for
if we
Carroll.
get another look at that one or not, but yeah, he gets up there and he's got his hands stretched up in the air. You're defenseless down there. You got to be a tough guy to go after those like that. 2 guys are coming at you.
Our beginning graphic tonight showed you the conference standings, or showed you that Carroll's number 1 in the conference at 5-0. Clinton Prairie sitting at 4th at 3-2. Sheridan undefeated in conference play as well. And guess who Carroll's got next week? Conference matchup, Sheridan. They got to go to Sheridan. If Carroll's going to be tested at all this season, that might be the game.
Circle that one on your calendar because they should bring in a good crowd for that game. I'll tell you what, that should be really good.
Not that this one's over by any means.
No.
I don't mean that tonight. I'm just saying when you look at
Matchup-wise.
what's left before sectionals, they go to Sheridan, both teams undefeated in conference play. It's always tough to win on the road.
Absolutely. Hey, you flip this score around, we're saying the exact same thing, right?
For sure.
Because, you look at those games, those matchups like that, and that's going to be a dandy.
last year. And just to that point, last year, Carroll went 11-2 overall. Their only loss in the regular season, they lost to Sheridan at home by 1 point. 18-19 was that score. The other loss was to Adams Central in the regional championship game. Adams Central would go on all the way to the state championship where they eventually lost to Lutheran in the 1A title game. But Carroll just has to feel like they've been really close. They've got these really good teams. Blake Betzner, 27-6 in his third year at the helm. Back-to-back sectional championships. Trying to build on that legacy they had back in the 90s and early 2000s.
Yeah, and they're built to go in the future, you know.
This Carroll team, they've had some successful coaches over the years, but John Hendricks was a gentleman who was there for quite some time. 232 career wins to 97 losses.
Wow.
Took Carroll to back-to-back state championship appearances in 95 and 96. They won it in 95, defeating Tri-West. They lost in 96 to Tri-West, so they were able to avenge their loss. These Gophers historically, no sectional titles in school history, but by golly, they've been close.
They have been real close.
And they've been close so many times, even just since the turn of the century. They lost in the sectional championship in 2001 and 2002, 2010 and 13 under Coach Sean Wines, who is a defensive coordinator here for the Gophers again this season.
Here they come.
Jacobs rolls out.
Oh,
back
nice.
across
Nice.
the middle, and that one bounced.
He had his foot. I think he has his knee down.
Oh, they did give him the catch?
Yep, they're going to be just short, though.
4th down and 1. I thought it looked like it bounced.
Can he get a yard? Do they go for it? Can he get a yard? Take a look one more time. Nice rollout. Dangerous to kind of throw back on yourself, but that was his only wide receiver open.
They're going to line up and go for it, and as they push,
maybe a
what do we
timeout.
get?
Yeah, we get a timeout by Carroll, I think.
The Cougars will take a timeout. To complete that thought with the Gophers and their close calls, no, you're good. 2015, they lost to Central Catholic in the sectional championship game, and then back in 21, they had defeated Carroll during the regular season 14-12. They lose to Carroll in that sectional championship game 16-6. But 6 times since 2001 they've been there. They've gotten to the title game. They just have not been able to get over that hump, and that's what Coach Schlicker is hoping to do here, is turn this program around even further for these Gophers. Tonight's broadcast brought to us by Healthy Communities of Clinton County, where the coalition is committed to reducing the risk factors contributing to chronic disease, including health disparities, by decreasing stigma and encouraging policy, system, and environmental changes. The vision of Healthy Communities is to make the healthy choice the easy choice. For more information, visit healthyclintoncounty.org. And while we've got your ear, let's talk about Mulberry Telecommunications, offering service, fiber optic services in both of these school territories now. Just launched this past week in Carroll, or in Flora, Bringhurst.
Yeah.
Cutler areas. Installs going on every day as we speak. And then Clinton Prairie, obviously all over Mulberry fiber, the surrounding area, and then now in the town of Jefferson as well. So you see it on your screen, mintel.net. Sign up for fiber services.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, those customers have been really happy up there so far. Tried to get them to jump. We're going to do. Well, we get a timeout.
Back-to-back timeouts. Carroll takes one, Clinton Prairie takes one, and a crucial moment in the game for sure. You know, you go back earlier, the Gophers had Carroll stopped. It was 3rd down and 10, and then they allowed that 40-some-yard pass play to Metzger, which then set up the touchdown from Griffin Viney. That was a key moment in this game. Right here's another one, because I have a feeling if the Gophers don't come away with points here, Carroll's going to try to step on their throat and make it 21-0.
This is yeah, it's just going to be big if they decide that they are going to go for it. I don't know why they wouldn't. You got the home field just got to get a yard. It is going to be tough. And see if they line up. They try to go up the middle. Try to let maybe one of the running backs, try to get a few.
Jacobs under center. We'll see if they get the push. They trying to push behind him.
Oh, what a huge push.
Forward. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is why you don't skip leg day. Great effort right there.
I'll tell you what, that's right up the gut. Heck of a play. Well done to get the first down.
Pete, you showed me a fantastic picture yesterday of your daughter Maggie doing some power clings.
Yeah,
man. She had the way over. That's what else. You don't skip those either.
You don't skip those days, that's for sure. That's right. Oh, we got a flag down, maybe a false start. We don't want that.
Laundry on the field. We'll see what the call is. And it looks like they're going to back the Gophers up. Pete is correct. So you get the big first down and then come right back out of it and commit an unforced error. 1st and 15. That makes it tough. See what the Gophers dial up here. 7.5 minutes to go before the half.
Ooh.
High snap. Jacobs has got it. And then trying to get rid of it quickly as pressure in his face.
I think he threw that away. I think that was a smart play. It looked like that it came high. He was able to pull it down. He had the pressure on him. Just threw it out to where he knew he had a receiver, but threw it out of bounds. Not take the sack. I think that's a good, smart play by the sophomore.
Jacobs in shotgun again. 4 wide receivers set. They hand off to Whitlock. He's got some room up the middle.
That's huge.
Whitlock finds a gap.
Oh.
Viney comes up around the collar and pulls him down.
Yeah.
We'll see if there's a flag on
No
the
horse
play.
collar? Wow. I really thought there would be something on that one right there.
Maybe because he came around and the way he fell, it didn't pull him backwards.
Crowd
Either way,
wanted it.
Big run from the Gophers and Seth Whitlock right there.
I like the fact they're up here getting lined up quick.
There has not been a lot of daylight in the running game so far here tonight, but they found a big hole there.
Look how fast they are in the backfield. There is nobody blocking that end. I mean, was that 22 coming flying across there?
Yeah, Clayton Johnson.
Wow.
Listed 6'1", 220, senior, tight end, defensive lineman.
Yeah, they switch sides.
Yeah.
Boy, they do a lot of stunts on their defense. You don't know who's coming. Look at that, right back there again.
Jacobs keeps it himself. This time it's a great read
Oh,
on that option. He's out
wow.
near the first down. Looks like he's just shy, about 9.5 yards on that carry. That's exactly what you're taught to do, P. They're going so fast we won't get a look at the replay here, but you're taught if that defensive end crashes, you pull it back and you take it yourself.
Yep.
Jacobs made a great read that time. I'm impressed with the sophomore.
He's done a pretty good job so far other than the interception. That was struggled on that one. Just a bad pass, but
Whitlock stood up. Great sign of sportsmanship there as players helping each other up. It was Clayton Johnston on the stop. We've said his name a handful of times defensively on this drive. These Gophers next week, they have another home game. It'll be versus Eastern. So another conference matchup to wrap things up. Jacobs rolls out to his left, looking downfield, throws up, and couldn't get enough on it. Got popped when he let go of it too, but the interception this time taken by Owen Zinn.
take a look again as he rolls out. Should have just held on to it. Oh, man, he got leveled, though. Oh.
Tough sledding with a sophomore quarterback. The young man definitely has shown some signs of promise tonight, but you always get that with hills and valleys, right, with your younger players. And it is tough, even in 1A football, as a sophomore to command the offense, make the right plays every single time. And you're going up against a team that looks destined to march their way through the 1A brackets once the tournament play starts.
Yeah.
Speaking of the tournament, we'll have the draw here pretty soon, but these two teams not in each other's sectional anymore. Carroll in sectional 43. They're in there with teams like North White, who's ranked number 9. They're undefeated as well on the season. West Central, the other team to look out for in that sectional round, is
big one.
Yeah, Ellis has got some room here. He gets around the side, and boy, one of those guys you get one-on-one with your DBs.
How do you like that? He says, I am not going out of bounds. I love that.
Cuts it back in inside the 30 in a huge change of field position on one play. Yeah, Carroll got to be one of the favorites in that sectional 43, being the top-ranked team. But there are a couple teams to look out for. Like I said, North White, number 9, 7-0. West Central at number 13 at 6-1. We'll talk about these Gophers and their sectional draw here for this next play. Hand off to Viney.
Good job, defense there.
Yeah, Kyle Harshbarger, the junior, comes up and makes the stop for the Gophers. For the Gophers, they're in sectional 42 now. They're 5-2 record. They're the second highest ranked team in that sectional at number 12. They got to go against Park Tudor potentially, who's 7-0. They're sitting at number 5. And North Vermilion in the top 20 as well with a 5-2 record. Those rankings brought to us by the IHSAA. I went with the coaches poll this week because they had more teams listed.
Nice. I think Carroll's in a good spot here. Going to let the clock, run in their favor. They're trying to keep this defense out there, running the ball. Defense has been out there quite a bit, Sean. They got to be tired.
3rd down and 3. Need a big stop here.
Oh, boy.
They give it to the big fella, and he keeps churning, and it's going to be close.
They may have got stopped him.
Oh, he's just across.
Man. Boy, Gophers in the backfield that time. That's just how hard he is to bring down. You're dragging him along.
$11-on-11 football, but when you got a running back that big coming out of the backfield, you need more than one-on-one to get him down. Luke Tanner, the 6'2 junior.
Give it to your workhorse.
Hands off inside again, Ellis. Gophers able to bring him down after a short gain.
You got to be careful here. They've been running the ball. This would be a good spot. Another little play action.
Approaching that 2-minute mark here. Carroll in no hurry. A good job with clock management.
There
As
it
you
is.
said, they throw over the top. They look for Viney.
Oh.
And that was meet you at the pylon football right there, trying to drop one in.
Felt it coming, man. They felt it coming there. They had to look.
That was the first time we've seen Tanner lead his wide receiver just a little bit too far. 3rd down and 8. Big play here. You would think from here Carroll would consider going for the field goal if they can't complete. Thrown over the middle, caught, and taken away from the defender.
McLean.
Clark McLean, touchdown, Carroll Cougars.
That was a well-thrown football. Man, he put some zip on that too.
Third down and 8. Carroll, it just seems unfazed tonight when they get in third and long, mid to long scenarios. Falkenberg on to add the extra point.
Ooh,
It looked like the Gophers may have
Yep.
jumped.
Left 34 got a head start.
Encroachment, and now you wonder with them moving closer if Carroll will elect to go for 2 here or just kick it again. And they will. They'll go for 2.
Yep.
Falkenberg comes off.
I like this move. I think anytime you give them that. And I don't blame the coach for doing this. You know, Prairie's had some success. They've had some big plays, able to get down the field, just haven't been able to get into the end zone yet.
And you never know what you may have to go up against, and this is the time where you get to run these scenarios.
Yep.
We saw a couple of years ago, Central Catholic go for it. Go for the win. They had tied it up potentially if they just kicked the extra point in the state championship game. They went for 2 and took it all.
And boom, just like that, easy peasy.
Keegan Ellis in, and we get a late flag here, maybe a unsportsmanlike. This might be against the Gophers. I think Williams had a little extracurriculars after the play.
Got some frustrations working, so, they may wave it.
Looks like they're going to pick it up.
They,
I think they just said, hey, guys, it was even on both sides. They were both on the ground at the end of it. They both got the worst of it. They'll pick up the flag. 22-0 your score here in the first half at Clinton Prairie. Recap, our scoring was Griffin Viney with the rushing touchdown. And then Luke Tanner hooked up with Trent Metzger on a receiving touchdown that made it 14-0. And then Tanner again to Clark McLean. McLean showing off some strong hands, ripping the ball away from the defender and taking it into the end zone. And then get behind Keegan Ellis as he punches it in for the 2-point conversion, and that's your score right now here at Clinton Prairie. 22-0. Games all across our network tonight on the ISC Sports Network. North Montgomery and Frankfort playing. That's a free game as well. You can click over and check that one out if you choose to. I don't know why you'd leave Pete and I, but in case you wanted to check in and see the score of that game. A couple of pay-per-view battles as well down in the Indianapolis area. Warren Central at Carmel and Ben Davis at Lawrence Central. At the half, Pete and I will see if we can't get some scores for you from a handful of these games, not only on the ISC, but across the state of Indiana as well, or more importantly, what's pertinent to our region here. A little over 90 seconds to go before the half, and it feels like it's been kind of a quiet night. I mean, usually the Gopher fans a little more into it. I understand they're down on the scoreboard right now. Maybe the cool air taking the pizzazz out of the fans coming into this one.
I think when the crowd gets quiet like that, they are actually in awe. Like they are like impressed. You know what I mean? I mean, nobody's yelling anything. I mean, I'm impressed by this defense.
Yeah.
I mean, the stunts they're playing, they're running. They're sending guys off the ends. They got delays coming through.
You got to wonder if Kai Jacobs was injured a little bit on that last series because he is not under center right now. It is Gage Kuzmix who's in at quarterback, number 16. He's a freshman. Kuzmix,
he got it.
Back to throw. Looks for Wilson, and that one.
I'm going to tell you that play down there for Kai Jacobs, he took a heck of a hit, and I know as he was coming off the field, he was messing with his helmet, but I'm wondering if, like, he didn't get his bell rung pretty much. I hope he's okay.
You know, at these levels anymore, they don't mess around with that stuff.
No,
if you
not anymore.
show any signs or symptoms of a potential head injury, they will, out of caution, they will make you more than prove that you're okay before you can go back in. High snap. Kuzmic's able to get it to Whitlock. Whitlock gets back to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, Whitlock didn't really have a chance really even get that one started with the high snap. Didn't get it down to the belly quick. The timing just off on that. This is going to be rough for this freshman to come in here.
That brings up 4th down. So Carroll's going to take a timeout, save a little bit of clock, see if they can't score one more time here. This portion of tonight's broadcast brought to us by Aaron's Flooring, offering luxury vinyl plank, carpet installation, and more. Visit aaronsflooringllc.com for more information or call 601-4145 for a free quote.
I don't think I've seen Davis come back out, actually.
Gophers already a little short-handed tonight. We knew that Braxton Nail was out. And it makes me wonder, I thought I saw Stephen Mackey, number 5, on the first play of the game. I have not seen him on the field since. And he's been a huge part of their offense all season long. And now Kai Jacobs leaves, Caden Davis leaves. And while this is a deeper Clinton Prairie team than we've seen in previous years, those are some big names and some playmakers missing from the field now. Connor Rios in, number 6. Younger wide receiver. This kick taken by Carroll.
Good tackle.
And a nice tackle there by Rios.
How about that?
Talked about him coming into the game.
Yeah, that was a great open field tackle by that young man.
And now we'll see how aggressive Carroll wants to be after taking the timeout. They still have 1 remaining. So an opportunity to maybe throw one deep here.
If I'm the coach, I'd like to
stop it.
I'd like to take one look here. I mean, you been moving the ball successful all night long. 22-0 right now. Maybe get one good deep look.
Tanner does drop back. He's got a man wide open over the top. And wow.
McLean again.
Clark McLean.
I just like saying the name, Clark McLean.
55-yard strike.
Woo, baby.
And I'll tell you what, that, ladies and gentlemen, is why you take the timeout. That was a beautiful ball, Luke Tanner. Throwing a strike on the money, hitting his receiver in stride. With 14 seconds on the clock, wondering, do they have enough time to get it down the field and, maybe use that timeout? Will they go for a field goal? Will they take another shot? They just, right on first down, drop back 55-yard strike. They're going to look to go for 2 again here. And they get the Gophers to jump.
Wow. Gophers are shook up.
Now that'll move it even closer. And that might have been by design, Pete. Go up, give a hard count, get them to jump. You go, now you move up like they did a moment ago when they were going to go for the extra point. And now you got to think you feed the workhorse here,
now
Keegan Ellis.
The big boy. They haven't stopped him all night, and there he is.
Colby Richardson tried to make the tackle, and Ellis able to step through that.
Wow.
And it is 30-0 before the half. This was a game that started out Carroll able to go down and get their first score on their first possession, 7-0. Gophers responded, looked like they were moving the ball really well, an interception thrown, but then the defense held its ground. Pete, they forced a punt. But really since then, it has been all Carroll. We have seen Metzger make some big plays. We have seen McLean make some big plays. Obviously, Keegan Ellis makes some big plays, and the guy under center tonight, Luke Tanner. A fantastic first half here for the Carroll Cougars.
Like I said, I like calling the name, Clark McLean.
Make sure you stay tuned at the half. Our Day in Ginda Funeral Home halftime show where they put family first. We'll get the thoughts on the first half. We'll show you some of our Mintel Fiber Fast halftime highlights. In our second segment, we'll also get you some scores from around the area. Squib kick here. Fielded. Wilson makes a nice spin move, stays on his feet.
Wow, what a run by Wilson.
Out to 39.
That is impressive.
That's going to end the first half, but Wilson trying to give the Gophers some juice. Your score at the half, 30-0. Home team on the ropes. We'll be back. Halftime show right after this.
Welcome to Trinity Hope Center. Here we are actively engaged in our recovery community with a multitude of activities including peer recovery coaching, a full computer lab, grief groups, relapse prevention, pre- and postnatal support group, educational workshops for family members with addicted loved ones, expungent workshops, parent cafes, Saturday pro-social activities, recovery walk club, book club, and even video game nights. For more information, give us a call at 765-250-1845.
Some see a student athlete working on a shot. We see a powerful lesson in persistence. Some see a student preparing for success on an exam. We see a student athlete preparing for success in life. Proud to keep education in front of athletics since 1903.
Hey there, I'm Jake Query.
And I'm Derek Schultz.
Derek, do you know what we do not have in common with Ted Lasso?
What's that, Jake?
We made it beyond 3 seasons.
Oh, we're going to make it like 30, 40, 50 seasons. As long as your heart holds out, that is. Query and Schultz every Tuesday night. You can watch it right here on the IHSAA Sports Network, on our YouTube channel, Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, X, podcast, whatever it is. Just call it whatever you want.
Twitter doesn't exist.
Just make sure Tuesday nights, Query and Schultz, 7:30, all season long right here on the IHSAA Sports Network.
We outlasted Twitter.
We did.
Frankfurt Eagles 976, serving with the community since 1905. With over 900 members locally, Frankfurt Eagles offers something for everyone. Golf leagues, bingo, concerts, kid parties, cookouts, and more. For more information on who we are and what we do, visit FOE.com or stop by Frankfurt Eagles at 408 North Main Street, Frankfurt, Indiana.
I brought you a present. A book.
Follow the adventures of the Ardente Dental team as they fight cavities, gum disease, and create beautiful, healthy smiles.
Inconceivable. Hello, my name is Dr. Snyder. You cause cavities. Prepare to die. Inconceivable. To make your smile look straight and fine, our braces per month are just $1.99. Inconceivable.
You keep using that word, I do not think it means what you think it means.
Have fun at Ardente Dental.
Healthy Communities of Clinton County is committed to reduce the risk factors contributing to chronic disease, including health disparities by decreasing stigma and encouraging positive changes. HCCC is here for the community with systems of care navigators, insurance assistance, prenatal classes, mental health programs, substance use prevention, and more. To help make the healthy choice the easy choice, contact us at 659-6063 or through our website, healthyclintoncounty.org.
Many communities in rural America are often overlooked as underserved. These communities are being left behind due to lack of internet and access to state-of-the-art technology. That's why Mulberry Telecommunications provides rural broadband services and technology and is growing their presence in north central Indiana. Because every community deserves infrastructure and beyond. To learn more, contact us today.
Leaps ahead, still on his feet. Stevens lunges. Are you kidding me? Champions of Marion County. Unbelievable. Touchdown. Living up to that last name. Wabash has the lead for the first time today. Said that was going to be a highlight reel. Oh, baby. Yeah, you can celebrate after that.
Frankfurt Eagles 976 has bingo every Wednesday night. Early birds beginning at 6 p.m. and regular bingo starting at 7 p.m. Packets are $25 and includes every game you need to play. They also have Saturday Bingo the first Saturday of every month, with early birds starting at 4 p.m. and regular bingo starting at 5 p.m. Big game payouts each game with 3 to 4 chances to win different jackpot games each day. Great for individuals or groups because everyone enjoys winning lots of money. You must be 18 years or older to play.
Some see a student athlete working hard in the weight room. We see a future leader learning there are no shortcuts to success. Some see a start to a swim meet. We see the starting blocks for life. Proud to keep education in front of athletics since 1903.
I brought you a present. A book.
Follow the adventures of the Ardente Dental team as they fight cavities, gum disease, and create beautiful, healthy smiles.
Inconceivable. Hello, my name is Dr. Snyder. You cause cavities. Prepare to die. Inconceivable. To make your smile look straight and fine, our braces per month are just $1.99. Inconceivable.
You keep using that word, I do not think it means what you think it means.
Have fun at Ardente Dental.
Mulberry Telecommunications is proud to announce the next generation in awesome, Mintel TV. With the Mintel TV streaming app, you aren't confined to just your TV, but you need two things: high-speed fiber internet from Mulberry Telecommunications and a Mintel TV subscription. Available on Roku, Fire TV, Apple TV, Android TV, and more, with features that include Cloud DVR, Restart TV, Look Back Options, and Pause Live TV. Mintel TV is definitely the next generation of awesome. Current customers call 765-296-2885 for your free upgrade. New customers visit mintel.net to sign up today.
Ball here. Harris scores. With 19 seconds left. Fake players, big boy. I'm telling you right now, that's awesome. I love it. Oh! That's the finish. You get a layup, take it, and an and one. Out of here.
Welcome to Trinity Hope Center. Here we are actively engaged in our recovery community with a multitude of activities including peer recovery coaching, a full computer lab, grief groups, relapse prevention, pre- and postnatal support group, educational workshops for family members with addicted loved ones, expungent workshops, parent cafes, Saturday pro-social activities, recovery walk club, book club, and even video game nights. For more information, give us a call at 765-250-1845.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start? Here, in the classroom. On the diamond.
In the pool. On the field. Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends.
Yeah!
Be great.
Participate!
Welcome back to Clinton Prairie High School at the half. Our halftime show brought to us by Day and Ginda Funeral Home, putting family first. The score, 30-0. Carroll on top of Clinton Prairie right now. And Pete, I mean, thoughts on the first half? How impressive has Carroll been tonight?
I think they've been really impressive. Again, I talked about the two-headed monster is what I said in the beginning, and you know it starts with their defense. And I'm so impressed. How quick they are and all the stunts that they run off of defense. And then when they get the ball, they're getting it in their big players, the right hands of the big players. Tonight we've seen them put the ball up in the air a little bit, and man, they just had a nice, successful first half here against the Gophers. Do it on the Gophers' home field even.
3 passing touchdowns in the first half by quarterback Luke Tanner. He has looked fantastic. 1 by Metzger, 2 by McLean. And, man, the impressive one, I think, is when you have 14 seconds left on the clock. Everybody in the stadium knows either you're going to do one of two things. You're going to drop back and bomb it down the field, or you're going to hand off and just run the clock out. They elected for the first option, and they struck 55 yards to Clark McLean. That was absolutely beautiful play dialed up right before the half.
Yeah, I think Tanner, before this, I think he only had something like 6 passing TDs for the whole year. I believe I read that stat. I'm not 100% positive on that,
6.
but he's got like two more here tonight on the Gophers. And again, it's been 3 now downfield, and those receivers just getting behind the defense. And you're so worried about the running game of Ellis that those linebackers, they start inching their way up, and then pretty soon, Carroll just goes right over the top of them.
Yeah, a rough first half for the Gophers, and what you got to hope for at the half here for them is, one, that they can get healthy, because we've seen a handful of players exit this game and not come back onto the field, and that's never good. And obviously, you don't want to be down 30-0, but 2, you want to stay healthy because you still have more football to be played this week.
Yeah. But they've had some bright sides. Like I said, we saw Kai Jacobs take a pretty good hit. I don't know if we'll see him in the second half, or Caden Davis. I'm not sure I've seen him ever since he took that hit when he went up. So, but their success with those quick, drops that they were getting back there and releasing that ball before the defense could pin their ears back and come after them. They had those like little 1 or 2 step drops and passes. When they've had the time to throw the ball, they got the receivers that are getting open, but they just haven't had much time. I mean, it's been just tough running for these guys. The blocking up front hasn't been great, and there's hasn't been very many holes for those running backs to come through.
We'll take a break here in our halftime show. When we come back, we'll get you some of those first half highlights, brought to you by Mintel Fiber Fast.
Meet Henry. Henry is hip. Henry loves the new Mintel TV streaming app. And check out Helen. With features like Cloud DVR, Restart, and Look Back TV, Helen never misses her favorite shows. And this is Bob. Bob can't contain his excitement for the new Mintel TV streaming app. Bob is proving that you actually can teach an old dog new tricks. What do you say, Bob? Does the Mintel TV app get a thumbs up? All right, Bobby-o. Mintel TV, the next generation of awesome, upgrade today.
Hey there, I'm Jake Query.
And I'm Derek Schultz.
Derek, do you know what we do not have in common with Ted Lasso?
What's that, Jake?
We made it beyond 3 seasons.
Oh, we're going to make it like 30, 40, 50 seasons. As long as your heart holds out, that is. Query and Schultz every Tuesday night. You can watch it right here on the IHSAA Sports Network, on our YouTube channel, Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, X, podcast, whatever it is. Just call it whatever you want.
Twitter doesn't exist.
Just make sure Tuesday nights, Query and Schultz, 7:30, all season long, right here on the IHSAA Sports Network.
We outlasted Twitter.
We did.
Welcome back at the half. 30-0 your score right now as the Carroll Cougars lead the Clinton Prairie Gophers. Let's take a look at some of our first half highlights brought to us by Mintel Fiber Optic Services.
Well, a whole lot of good highlights here for the Carroll Cougars. Sean, some good defense by the Gophers in this first series. They came out fired up. Then we get this long pass play, which sets the Cougars up on the 5, and then a big run in by number 4, Viney. Ellis leading the way. Viney doing everything he can to fight in and gets over the goal line. Gophers then roll out, and Kai Jacobs that time just lets it go and doesn't see number 13, Mullins, sitting right there, and he just picks it off. The Gophers will get the ball back, but look at the fight here. And look how quickly those Cougars, get to the ball.
A lot of white jerseys
in swarm. That's another good defensive play here by the Gophers, not letting Viney get away. Now we get the drop back, again over the top, over 2 Gophers that time. There's one of the pass plays. We got 2 more coming. This is the big sack. We'll see this one out to Caden Davis. It was a great catch that time, and then he does the work and gets him some extra yardage after the catch.
I believe
that's
it was
why
later on this drive where he got hurt.
That's why you like to have him on the field, from what he can do. They roll out this one over to number 34, and it gets in his hands, but he had his knee down. They were just short of the first down here, and they decided to go for it, and they get a great push. and they get it over the line. They get the first down. You're thinking the Gophers are moving here. One more run, big run over the middle. No horse collar, but they drag him down.
That was probably the play of the first half for the Gophers.
And we think, okay, here we go. Then Kai Jacobs gets a good run. Just short of that first down. Then he has to scramble. Unfortunately, lets the ball go, and he takes one heck of a hit. That went right into the hands of the Cougars. And you can see Jacobs down, and then the Cougars, they get a big running play here. This is a fantastic run. This is what I love about this run. Put the head down, boob, little, does not go out of bounds. Says, I'm staying in. And then here comes the pass right there. That's McLean. They went for two. Good punt. Nice coverage there. Open field tackle.
And this was that heads up where they called the timeout, forced the punt.
Yep, and then we get it one more over the top. Nobody around. McLean all the way to the end zone. Once again, they draw the Gophers off sides, and then they give it to the big guy right up the middle there, right up the gut. Takes it in. That's where we end up at 30-0. Cougars on top. Gophers got some work to do in the second half.
Our halftime highlights brought to us by Mintel Fiber Optic Services. Visit mintel.net or call 765-296-2885 to sign up for fiber optic services. A look at some of the scores around the area. McCutcheon over Tech 35-7. North Montgomery up 30-0 versus Frankfort. They have the same score that we do here on the ISC Sports Network. You can check that one out as well. Lebanon up 20-7 versus Southmont. Harrison with a 21-7 lead over Logansport. Twin Lakes in a baseball score right now. Coach Kevin O'Shea turning around that Twin Lakes football program. They lead West Lafayette 7-6. And Cathedral all over Ron Colley right now, 28-0. And those were some of the scores I found quickly from around the area.
They're going to be excited over there. McCutcheon got the Mavs up 35-7. It's where my daughter's at tonight. This last Friday night game there for the kids.
Hey, there is a bit of good news here this evening for the Clinton Prairie Gophers, and it comes from their volleyball team.
All right.
Of all places, conference champions. Outright conference champs. They secured that last night. There are some pictures out there on social media. If you want to go take a look, the girls go undefeated in conference play for the second straight season. They are Hoosier Heartland Conference champions.
Yeah, we watched that game last night. That was a pretty good game. Yeah,
right here on the ISC Sports
Absolutely.
Network. As we wind down the fall season, we'll have sectionals all the way through semi-states for you on the ISC Sports Network, and then basketball season gets tipped off, and we're excited, man, right around the corner. Pete, I know I looked at you in week one, and I said, I can't believe week one's here already, but I know I'm going to be looking at you again in week 8 and saying the same thing, and that's where I'm at right now. We're almost to the end of the season here.
I'm excited for basketball. I'm excited for basketball. I'm not over with football yet, though.
No.
I want some more football, and I want some more basketball. Or I want more basketball. Or it to start. How about that? More football, want basketball to start. I'm excited.
It's the best time of the year because you get playoffs.
Yeah.
You know, for football. Baseball's into the playoffs right now. Basketball's going to start tipping off.
Then you get a rest at home on Sunday watching Red Zone.
Yeah.
And just, taking it all in.
The greatest channel ever made besides the ISC Sports Network, by the way. Selfless, shameless plug there.
We'll take it.
As we throw that down. That's going to do it for a halftime show. When we come back, second half football, we'll see if the Gophers can keep this from becoming a running clock scenario. They get the ball first right here on ISC.
Healthy Communities of Clinton County is committed to reduce the risk factors contributing to chronic disease, including health disparities by decreasing stigma and encouraging positive changes. HCCC is here for the community with systems of care navigators, insurance assistance, prenatal classes, mental health programs, substance use prevention, and more. To help make the healthy choice the easy choice, contact us at 659-6063 or through our website, healthyclincounty.org.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 160,000 participants here in Indiana who take part in high school sports.
Many communities in rural America are often overlooked as underserved. These communities are being left behind due to lack of internet and access to state-of-the-art technology. That's why Mulberry Telecommunications provides rural broadband services and technology and is growing their presence in north central Indiana. Because every community deserves infrastructure and beyond. To learn more, contact us today.
Welcome back. Start of the third quarter here at Clinton Prairie High School with the number 3 Carroll Cougars on top of number 12 Clinton Prairie, 30-0. Our third quarter tonight brought to us by our friends at the South Fork Restaurant, where they're known for daily lunch and dinner specials. Fresh, never frozen whole catfish, hand-batted tenderloins, and award-winning onion rings. The kitchen is open Monday through Saturday from 11 a.m. to 8:30 p.m. Come join them at 105 South Glick Street in Mulberry, Indiana, or visit thesouthforkpub.com for the latest menu options.
Onion rings.
Onion rings, those are pretty stellar.
Here we go.
Gophers receive the second half kickoff here, and we'll see if that offense can get rocking for Coach Kurt Schlicker and these Clinton Prairie Gophers. This one taken by Rios. He gets out across the 15-yard line before he's dragged down. Stop made that time by Landon Hammond for the Carroll Cougars.
It looks like we might have Kai Jacobs back in at quarterback. Did I see him?
Yeah, number 5, Stephen Mackey out there as well. So checking in at wide out. Number 9 got some treatment, able to come back into the game here, so that gives the Gophers a little bit of hope. Needing to put together a good drive here, this first drive of the second half. Still no Caden Davis on this first offensive possession. They pitch out, it's to Whitlock. Whitlock tries to get to the edge. A gang of tacklers there. As Carroll does a good job stringing out that line of scrimmage. Getting a cool, brisk night here in Clinton County. Kickoff, we were right around 51 degrees. You know, when the season starts, you worry about cramps and things of that nature when you're playing in 90-degree weather. It is 46 degrees in Clinton County right now.
Chilly Willy.
Yeah, good night for a campfire.
That's right.
Whitlock stopped right at the line of scrimmage again. That's going to bring up third down and 10.
They haven't going to be able to get much room at all right there. They may have got one out of that. They show still 3rd and 10.
It's a tough situation. They've put Jacobs in a few times tonight where they've been unable to get the running game going. And the defense able to kind of pin their ears back and come after Jacobs.
See if they're come now. Here they come. Loaded
up. Pressure. It was picked up. They find Mackey out on the sideline.
Yep, good tackle. Is that McLean out there on the defense? Gophers line it up real quick here, 4th and 3.
It's a big play here because if you don't get it, you're giving Carroll the ball inside, almost to the red zone already.
Oh, they go for it.
Gophers with nothing to lose. They fill here in a completed pass. What a play.
That is huge.
Goes back to Mackey again, another play.
That is aggressive, man. I like the what do you got to lose type of deal. Let's do it. That was thrown into good coverage, Sean.
I'm impressed with the way Kai Jacobs throws the football.
Yeah.
I mean, other than the one interception he had early, he's thrown the ball really well.
Yeah.
And
yeah,
the second one, that
Second one,
interception, he got hit as he was throwing.
He was on the run, and, yeah, I think he was just trying to get rid of the ball.
Good to see him able to shake off the cobwebs there after that hit in the first half and come back out here for the Gophers.
Yeah, he looks looks good.
Clinton Prairie's lost 2 of their last 3 games. Obviously on the wrong end of the scoreboard here so far this evening. But this is a team that's only had 1 losing season.
Deep ball.
As they throw this one up. Can't complete the pass there. It's Metzger, Coy Lytle there in coverage. But these Gophers, only 1 losing season in the last 4 years. As you get another look at that replay.
Watch this on Rios. Look at that, almost on the tip. Again, 3rd and 10. Apparently this is, no matter where, we're 4 down territory for the Gophers now.
At 3rd and long, you got to think if you went for it on 4th and 3, you're going for it on 4th and whatever you got the rest of the night.
It might be.
They pick up the blitz momentarily. That one tipped off the hands of Mackey and then nearly intercepted by Lytle.
Not able to, you see Jacobs back there with the pressure on him, not able to step into that throw, and get it down. This time the Gophers may say, okay.
I think with it being 4th and 10, that's a little harder to pick up. Even Ron Rivera, they call him the gambler, don't they, in football?
Yep.
Riverboat Ron, that's what it is.
Riverboat Ron.
I think he'd have a hard time going for this one as well. So, punt team on for the Gophers.
Good kick.
We'll see what Carroll can do with the football as they're going to have it around the 40.5-yard line to start this drive. If Carroll's able to put a touchdown on the board on this possession, we will have a running clock the rest of the way as they will have passed that 35-point lead plateau in the second half.
And you'll say that that's been done for the, 8th game in a row now.
Yeah, they've had a running clock in every game they have played in this season. Those fans are getting a little spoiled over there for the Carroll Cougars, but hey, hats off to them. It's a heck of a season and something to really hang your hat on when this defense is only allowing 2.9 points per contest.
It's impressive.
And I believe the 20 points that they've allowed have all come after the clock was running.
Kind of what I'm thinking myself. Another good run.
They have thrown shutouts in 4 of their 7 games. And they're working on another one here tonight.
Yeah, it would have been neat in our opening to be able to show all the scores that have been on them, because I'd love to see where they came in at. And
that's where we need that huddle account. It wouldn't have taken long to download three plays.
To find them, yep, get them.
They give it to Ellis. He kind of stands up and finds his way through the hole and then
just carrying guys.
Keeps fighting, hangs on to it. You can see Richardson trying to rip it away after the fact. Now Ellis a little slow to get up.
I think he just needs a second just to gather himself. I think he took a little bit of a shot there.
There's a reason we wear cups in sports.
That's right, yeah. Yep.
This portion of our broadcast tonight brought to us by the Frankfurt Eagles Post 976. Serving the community since 1905 with over 900 members locally, the Frankfurt Eagles offer something for everyone. For more information on who they are and what they do, visit FOE.com or stop by the Frankfurt Eagles at 408 North Main Street in Frankfurt. Make sure you stay tuned. At the conclusion of our broadcast tonight, we will name the Frankfurt Eagles Clinton County Player of the Game. And we got to notate that is a Clinton County Player of the Game. Hunter Haynes makes a nice stop there. Number 44, he has been solid for the Gophers all season there at linebacker. And Hunter is just a sophomore. And that's what is really astonishing when you look down this Clinton Prairie roster. There is youth all over the place. I know Coach said in his notes, he was like, hey, give our seniors some love, and I've got no problem doing that. Senior Colby Richardson, Seth Whitlock, Stephen Mackey, Caden Davis, Brandon Larimore, Jacob Wilson, Diego Mogel, Blaine Ramsey, Levi Osler, and Zach Rapp are your seniors. But, man, if you think about some big plays throughout the season that's been made, players like Braxton Nail, who's just a junior, he's out for injury tonight. He's played really tough. Hunter Haynes has been a name that's been called a ton. Think about Jarbo early in the season and the plays that he made on our network. Kai Jacobs is another one. Gage Kuzmix is one that we've seen him come in and play wide receiver, quarterback. He's played on defense, and he's just a freshman. So as much we got to brag on these Carroll Cougars, and rightfully so, with a 30-0 lead and another big run from Ellis.
Blocking up front, just amazing. He stayed right there behind his blockers. Again, he is not very fast at all. He's just a strong runner. He does a good job with his eyes, follows his blockers.
A couple of Gophers took some shots there as they're a little slow to get up. I saw
a flag on the field there. I thought I heard. Take a look again, but look, 1, 2, 3 guys out there. Good blocking downfield there. And you can see he's like, I am not going out of bounds.
Yeah, I think there was a block in the back maybe there late in that play.
Yeah. Who was the NFL running back who never liked to go out of bounds? Walter Payton.
Yeah, he
didn't like to go out of bounds, did he?
He liked to punish.
That's right.
Defenders.
Yep. You're going to tackle me. All right, you're going to feel it.
Play call coming in from the sideline. Number 15, Clark McLean, comes in with the play call. Luke Tanner going to roll out and throw here. Pitches that one and just under threw his receiver, short-armed it just a little bit, looking for McLean.
That's the only thing I've seen with Tanner tonight on his throws. He's had a few of those that have all been those. If he misses low. I mean, if you had to pick on him for anything, that's not even really picking on him. He's had a heck of a game here tonight.
And at the end of the day, you'd rather miss low than high, because that's usually where your picks come from. But it's been in those short yardage throws where he just kind of tries to aim it instead of letting it fly, like he does when he throws the ball deep, man. He throws a pretty deep ball. The handoff again. Here comes Ellis fighting for yardage. Haynes there, Osler there on the tackle.
Holding on for dear life, number 4. Got some good sportsmanship showing out on the field here tonight. Noticed some guys talking after the half there and gave each other a slap on the back, and so that's kind of good to see.
After the last couple of years and the battles these two teams have been through, respect's been earned.
Sure.
On both sides. And it is really – it's come down to Carroll and Clinton Prairie, not only in football, but they've battled it out on the basketball courts as well. And so these are two teams, two schools that know each other really well.
Yeah, I never understood, like, the mentality of you got to, hate the guy across from you on there, to compete. Like boxers sometimes, you see that with boxers a lot of times. Like, maybe you got to psych yourself up or something like that.
A lot of that at pregame is just trying to sell tickets.
That's true, too.
Can you see them hug and give each other 5 afterwards once they've slapped each other around a little bit?
How much money did you make? Oh, good. Well, let's see if the Gophers can get a stop here. 3rd and 12 now. Got a good chance here to get this defense off the field.
Tanner looks over with the sideline, checks in for the play. Gonna look, wide out, hits Viney.
Yep.
Viney spins out of one tackle,
nice
but
job.
the rest of them there. And I think there's a face mask on Jacob Wilson.
Oh, if that hurts.
Yeah, because it should be from the spot. We'll give them enough for the first down. Let's see it again here. You see Viney's head turn just a little bit right there.
Oh, yep.
And anytime you see a player put his hands up, like I didn't do anything.
You took that hand down really fast, didn't you?
You had your hand in the cookie jar.
Oh, that hurt the Gophers. A chance to get their defense off the field. Oh. And that's rough. That did look like an intentional grab. I think, he's got his hand out. You caught it. That is a hard one to get away with. Oh, man, they're back in the
Hand
backfield.
off to Ellis. Ellis fighting for yardage. The home fans wanted a hold or a penalty after the fact here. They're not going to get one. And you can even see Caleb Kirshner asking, where's it at, guys?
Yeah. Not sure. Maybe they were seeing something behind the play.
See if we can see anything here at the end of this. Yeah, just players still engaged in blocking as the whistle kind of comes to an end. Back to live action here.
Oh,
fighting through. That's
it.
not Ellis with the carry that time.
Is that Biney? Yep.
Falling forward, it was Griffin Viney. Called Griffin's name quite a bit during the basketball season last year. Now Carroll knocking on the door. Again, a score here. If they can get into the end zone, will create a running clock scenario, which will make it all but impossible to come back at that point in time. It's tough when the clock's not stopping at all.
Yeah, you don't have enough timeouts to.
But credit the Gophers for trying to stand up tough here inside their own 5.
Great crash down. Hear the announcer calling the defensive guys in there.
We'll see if they elect to keep the ball on the ground here. 3rd down and goal. They give it back to Ellis. He runs off tackle, and he's in the end zone once again. Touchdown, Ellis.
I don't think there's anything wrong with that play right there. Fans want them to. That's just good blocking downfield. You play through the whistle. That's what you're taught to do. So that might be a little bit after, but
in fairness, I didn't hear the whistle.
I didn't hear it.
So I don't know that the officials ever blew it.
I didn't hear it.
New kicker in for the extra point here is Cohen Miller. The kick's up and good. Now 37-0, Carroll on top of Clinton Prairie. After this next kickoff, clock will run. Tonight's game is brought to you by Day and Ginda Funeral Home, where they believe in putting family first. As active members of the community, they know that when dealing with a loss, seeing a familiar face and being treated like family is important. Day and Ginda Funeral Home will serve your family in a unique and loving way and provide the care you need. For more information about the services Day and Ginda Funeral Homes offer, please visit dayandginda.com. Locations in Mulberry, Flora, Rossville, Frankfort. One of the very cool things that Day and Ginda offers as well is Norm. Norm is the therapy dog, so he likes to come around and cuddle with people. Obviously, you're there grieving
Old
the
Norm.
loss of loved ones, but Norm provides you a little bit of comfort during that process. And you can see owner Pat Day and Norm out and about all over Clinton and Carroll County.
Imagine it does a lot for the kids.
Comes the kickoff.
Out of
This one
bounds.
over the head and out of bounds, so a
There we
penalty
go.
flag thrown.
It's a good move. That time, let it go out.
Kind of a smart play, honestly. You give them the ball up, but the clock's running.
I imagine, and I don't know, I've never done it, but I imagine back there when you want to take the ball and run, it's hard to let that thing go because you're like, what if it doesn't go out of bounds?
Yeah, well, we saw it earlier. It checked up inside the 5.
Yeah, that one had a pretty good spin on it, so that gives Gophers really good field position, though, 35-yard line now.
Gophers one man short here on offense as they run Caleb Kirshner on. You know, I've always been impressed. I've enjoyed high school football for obviously a very long time, Pete. It's such a pure game, such a fun game to watch. But I've always been impressed with teams in the 1A, the 2A level. I think even more so than the big 5A, 6A schools. And the reason being is so many of these players have to play both ways because they just don't have the numbers. And you see these kids like Kirshner, and that's what made me think about it. He's on the offensive line and the defensive line. He's playing both sides of the football just like most of the players are tonight on both teams. And there's just not a lot of breaks. You come off the field and you get your defensive assignment. All right, run out. This is what we're in. All right, here's what we're doing. And then if you get a turnover or you stop them, whatever, guess what? You're back on the field again.
Get a little drink of Gatorade and get back at it.
Jacobs in shotgun as we approach the 32nd mark in the third. Rolls out, going to try to throw over the top. He's got Wilson.
Ooh,
Wilson going to draw a pass interference play here.
Okay.
And this penalty flag will more than likely take us to the end of the third, but a big benefit. Now, again, in high school football, it is not a spot foul, so they don't get the ball all the way down there like they do in the NFL. But it'll be a first down. 10-yard penalty. And as I said, that'll be the end of the third quarter. So when we come back, Gophers will see if they can continue the drive and maybe get some points on to stop this shutout. 37-0 your score. We'll be back right after this.
Frankfurt Eagles 976. Serving with the community since 1905. With over 900 members locally, Frankfurt Eagles offers something for everyone. Golf leagues, bingo, concerts, kid parties, cookouts, and more. For more information on who we are and what we do, visit FOE.com or stop by Frankfurt Eagles at 408 North Main Street, Frankfurt, Indiana.
The Command IQ app helps me manage the Wi-Fi in every room of the house however I want. Like this room, where my wife talks to her friends in her book club every week. She's my best friend.
Time out. Have you seen the abs on the latest Bachelor? My husband used to have abs, but now he just has flabs. I don't know. Now, he says he works out, but I think...
It's not a book club meeting, it's a make fun of me meeting. Well, what happens in book club doesn't always stay in book club. So?
Oh. Darla? Honey, my Wi-Fi is down. That never happens.
Well, that's strange. Well, we'll see if we can get someone to come fix it next month.
Okay, but what am I supposed to do about book club?
I don't know.
Welcome back here at Clinton Prairie High School, start of the fourth quarter. Gophers with the football. It was a first down and 10 play there where they were looking for Stephen Mackey.
Yeah, went to try one deep that time. And they got a 2nd and 10. Kid got that clock. Just going to keep rolling.
.40 seconds already off the clock here in the fourth quarter. Jacob sends Mackey in motion. They look to pitch to Whitlock, and boy,
that was,
the Cougars were in the backfield.
I thought they were like, okay, that's mine. I thought they were just going to take it away. Goodness.
Yeah, as stout as that offensive line is for the Gophers, they have definitely allowed some pressure in the backfield tonight. Just showing you the defensive prowess these Carroll Cougars.
He expected to toss that thing out there, but he had already defense already gotten through to the backfield.
Jacobs rolls
That's
out.
nice.
Fly.
Oh, man, that would have been a good play.
Off the fingertips of Mackey. We've seen him run that wide receiver bubble screen and just couldn't quite come up with it there.
Had the footsteps coming, boy, I tell you. You want to get that, tuck that thing and go if you get a chance. Now another big, long third down for the Gophers. And they're going to go for it. Yeah, third down, I'm sorry, right?
Fourth down
Fourth
here.
down, yeah, fourth down, I'm sorry.
They look outside and nobody home there, and that'll be a turnover on downs for the Gophers. Looked like there was some confusion along the wide receiver core there on the play, getting called in and just checking to make sure that they were onside, and by the time all that happened, ball was snapped.
Yep, and guys in the backfield, you got to toss that ball out there really quick. Not a whole lot of time.
You got to think that here you're either going to get a big dosage of Keegan Ellis, or they may elect to play some their other players here on their depth chart.
Yeah, we'll look to see if they may sit some of the starters down and let some of the younger classmen get in there and get some playing time. They might run it down just a little bit.
Yeah, I do not see Ellis. Ellis is on the sideline now, so
yeah,
giving him a break after a fantastic night running the football. With the clock moving, they'll give some other players some playing time, and just like they have been able to do most of the season. It was Aiden Wiles that time, the sophomore, with the carry. The Gophers running the risk of being shut out for the 5th time against Carroll since 1994. Hand off to Wiles. No,
keeper.
Kept it.
Yep.
Kept it around the outside.
Nice keeper that time. Yep.
Beautiful play by Emery Deaton. He fooled me even. You know, one benefit to having such a dominant football team like Carroll has this season, Pete, is you're getting some of these other sophomores, juniors, freshmen playing time here, and they're now going against the number ones of the Gophers. And you're seeing them still kind of churn the football, and that bodes well for the future for Carroll, being able to say, okay, well, once, you know, a player like Luke Tanner graduates, we've got Emery Deaton behind him, and, you know, Keegan Ellis is a senior this year. As he leaves, well, here comes, you know, Aiden Wiles, and he's running the ball well for us.
I think, yeah, Carroll's, and I mean, I think they're good and stocked up for the next couple of years. They got some great players. You know, even after this year, they'll still have a very good football team come next year.
Healthy Communities of Clinton County want you to know that recovery is possible. Make sure you visit them online at healthyclintoncounties.org. Make the healthy choice the easy choice. If someone you know is struggling with addiction, they've got resources to help you out. We also have the Trinity Hope Center. You've seen some commercials for that here this evening. It's one of the new facilities that they've opened up for those that are struggling. They put on some karaoke nights on Friday nights, give you a place to come in and have some fun, safe activities. It's family friendly. After the brief injury timeout, they'll start rolling the clock again. And the handoff comes.
There's some speed.
This one to Owen Zinn. He gets around the outside, and Zinn will take it in for the touchdown.
How about that? Number 12, Zinn. He's
Owens
had 3 interceptions this year for these guys. He's got a couple TDs also. Look at his speed, this young man.
had an interception earlier tonight.
Well, I'll give him 4 for the year then.
He was the one who took that interception when Kai Jacobs got hit throwing the ball.
That's right. I missed that.
Now Cohen Miller back in to add the extra point here for the Cougars. They'll look to make it 44. This one wide left, though, so it'll stay at 43-0. Ardente Dental offers high-tech dentistry with a personal touch. Whether you're a brand new patient or have been with them for years, they're here to serve you. Give them a call at 654-7222 or visit them online at ardentedental.com. Ardente Dental, we bring smiles to life. I thank Dr. Jill Snyder and her entire staff there at Ardente Dental. We've had some fun over the years making some commercials. I think we need to bring back in the archives, and I don't even remember what character it was that you played about 10 years ago, but that was one of the greatest acting. I don't know how you didn't win an Emmy for that performance or an Oscar. If you're a Cougar fan, it's been an enjoyable night for you. You've seen your ball club come out here and just dominate on the gridiron. For these Gophers, seen some injuries. We've seen some players be able to come back and play through that. It's a team that's trying to get healthy again before facing Eastern next week in their final regular season game. Obviously, we'll get the draw here soon for sectional football, and we'll know how we know the sectionals, which teams are in the sectional. We don't know who's playing who just yet.
I'll tell you what, look at that October 13th for that Sheridan and Carroll game, though. I think that'll be a dandy.
It's going to be a fantastic football game. You've got a young, brilliant mind, and Blake Betzner's going to improve to 28-6 in his third year at the school, going against 53 years in coaching. And Bud Wright, 453 career wins, winning at almost 69% clip. That's pretty impressive. Again, sectional play, Clinton Prairie in that sectional 42. Toughest team in that sectional record-wise, Park Tudor, sitting at 7-0. North Vermilion, a top 20 team as well at 5-2. Gophers will probably fall a little bit in the standings after tonight's loss, but you wonder how far. I mean, they're going against the number 3 team in 1A, and Carroll's definitely a top 3 team. For the Cougars, they're sectional 43 this season. They've got a couple of ranked opponents in there, though. North White undefeated on the season as well at 7-0, and West Central at 6-1. And is that a fingertip catch? It is.
That was a little tip to himself. That
How
was
about Mackey?
I'd like to see the Gophers get out here, get a score. Still got 5 minutes. Let's get some positive yardage. Let's get a score up there.
The handoff up the middle. Whitlock banging off some people.
Oh, mercy.
Like a pinball in there.
Nice run. Whitlock, he got banged, almost took a step backwards, but, man, he had that momentum. Kept him going forward. Good run.
Hats off to one of our ISC crews tonight. They're in Colorado Springs as they're getting ready for the USA Basketball and FIBA 3X Challenge. So our crews are producing that for USA Basketball. If you're watching this on social media tonight and you haven't done so already, make sure you download the ISC Sports Network app. You can subscribe for $4.99 a month and get access to a huge catalog of games from yesteryear. You can watch live events for free, quite a few live events anyway. There are some pay-per-view titles in there. This ball thrown deep. Jacobs looking for Rios. He couldn't quite haul it in.
That was a really deep thrown ball.
But you'll see on the ISC Sports Network, not just high school sports. There are collegiate sports. There are semi-professional sports. A little bit of everything.
Let's get a first down here.
Hats off to our ISC crew tonight. Elijah Mash, Sam Waugh, Tony Stewart, Pete Gasho. I'm Sean Walker as we bring you the final 3 minutes and 45 seconds here in this one.
That was not good there. May have lost one on that one. Big fourth down.
We approach the 9 o'clock hour here in Clinton County.
I like the pink socks down there on number 1 for the Cougars.
Yeah, supporting Breast Cancer Awareness Month.
Yeah.
On our airwaves a week ago, this was
mercy.
thrown deep and a wide open receiver.
This
Jacob
could be
Wilson.
the one. You better
They're trying to track him
wheels
down,
on.
and the shutout will not happen as long as there are no laundry on the field.
Wow. That was 4th and 12, Sean. Launched that one down there.
And the fireworks finally get to go off here at Clinton Prairie High School again.
Hear this one. Boom. No shutout.
Wilson able to sneak around the defense there. And
Wilson didn't, I think, realize they were still coming, and McLean was like, I'll tackle you. You better scoot in there.
It was a 66-yard touchdown play on 4th and 12.
Uh-oh.
Kick is good. We got some whistles before the play. Encroachment. Clock's still running here, so we'll see.
Just let them.
They'll look to kick again. A senior Diego Moguel. Head coach Kurt Schlicker, defensive coordinator Sean Wines, offensive coordinator Brian Craig. Nothing to hang your hat about. You've run into a buzzsaw this evening. These Carroll Cougars are who they thought they were, right?
Absolutely.
I mean, this is a really good
what the record showed
football team in 1A. Hats off to the Gophers, able to avoid the shutout here this evening, though. I feel like Coach Schlicker's put together a nice staff. They brought back former coach Sean Wines to run the defense. He brought in a good offensive mind in Brian Craig. Assistant coaches Jamie Kennedy, Chase Lay, Joey Mitchell, Christian Peters.
Yeah, for the Gophers, really, this one here, you kind of got to just let this one go. You got a big game. You got your last, but that'll be at Clinton Prairie too, right?
Yep.
So they get their last home game, so you want to stay fired up for that one. So, you got to have short memory here, and then, for the Cougars, kind of the same thing too. Got the win here, but they got more work to do. It's going to be a big one for them coming up next.
Yeah, I talked earlier about John Hendricks being here and having such a great record and winning back-to-back state titles, and then you look down at assistant coaches, and right there's John Hendricks' name. So that could be John. It could be Junior. That is a question as a broadcaster that I failed to get answered, but I promise you I'm going to before we cover him the next time.
Find out.
Fantastic staff here for these Carroll Cougars as well. They have put together a winning program.
Oh, mercy. Woo! That was a hit. Oh, no.
Still up. And now tackled.
Oh, wow.
Well, what a play. Yeah, I was focused on Braden Jarbo as he took a hit.
He jumped up, though. He's still trying to get into play.
I think he was second person there to make the tackle there at the end, or would have been.
Wow.
Under a minute now. These Carroll Cougars will improve to 8-0 on the season. They'll face Sheridan next week in what is set to be a really good battle. And that could be Carroll's real test that they'll face this evening, is Bud Wright and those Sheridan Blackhawks.
That'll do it.
They'll take a knee, and the final 20 seconds will run off. Pete, what about your final thoughts here tonight? Carroll, obviously impressive, 43-7.
Absolutely. Yeah, like I said, the record, what we saw with their record, every bit is what we thought we were going to get. And they look really impressive. And I think they're going to do a great job come next week. Like I said, for both teams, really, I think it's short memory time. Got this one over with. Let's move on. Gophers get their last home game. Got a big one. And Cougars got a big one coming up also against Sheridan. Should be a fun October 13th, no matter where you're at.
As Pete alluded to, Clinton Prairie will finish out their season next week at home versus Eastern. Carroll at Sheridan. Try to take care of that conference crown, and then we'll get sectional draws underway, and we'll see where these teams will end up and who they will face. Tonight's game was a product of the Frankfort Eagles post 976, where they are people helping people, by Day and Genda Funeral Home. Proud supporters of high school athletics in Clinton and Carroll County. By Healthy Communities of Clinton County, making the healthy choice the easy choice. And by Mintel Fiber Optic Services, offering the best gig in town. One more piece of post-game hardware to give out, and it is our Clinton County Player of the Game, brought to us by the Eagles, people helping people. And tonight,
drum roll,
I'm going to give it to the sophomore in Kai Jacobs. I thought even though he was under pressure on night, he made some big passes and some plays and even fought through some adversity, able to come back in after the injury and throw that late touchdown to Jacob Wilson and avoid the shutout. So hats off to Kai Jacobs from the Clinton Prairie Gophers. He is our Eagles Clinton County Player of the Game. For Tony Stewart, Elijah Mash, Sam Waugh, Pete Gasho, I'm Sean Walker. We appreciate you tuning in. Make sure you join us next time.
Meet Henry. Henry is hip. Henry loves the new Mintel TV streaming app. And check out Helen. With features like Cloud DVR, Restart, and Look Back TV, Helen never misses her favorite shows. And this is Bob. Bob can't contain his excitement for the new Mintel TV streaming app. Bob is proving that you actually can teach an old dog new tricks. What do you say, Bob? Does the Mintel TV app get a thumbs up? All right, Bobby-o. Mintel TV, the next generation of awesome. Upgrade today.